This is CTC News with Wesley Qatar, broadcasting from Sint-Eustatius, Dutch Caribbean. Sponsored by Utel NV, Kodo's Purchasing Services, and Duggins Shopping Center.
We have come to the end of another week, today Friday, February 15, 2013, on the Golden Rock. Good evening, I am Wesley Qatar, and this is CTC News, broadcasting live from CTC Studios at Statius Mall. In tonight's headlines, Statius government treats civil servants for Valentine's Day, Glenville Schmidt to host radio talk show. More on these local headlines after a word from our sponsors.
Don't touch that dot. To advertise your business or promote events, contact us at CTC on 318-1627, 318-4664, or 318-4453. CT Creativity, where creativity stands out.
CTC News, sponsored by Utel NV, Kodo's Purchasing Services, and Duggins Shopping Center.
Governor Gerald Burkle drew the winners of a Valentine's Day raffle for civil servants at his office's conference room on Thursday morning. The lucky winners were F.D. Roosevelt Security Supervisor Milva van Putten and Shanarda Kutar of the Health Department. They both won vouchers for a dinner for two at Papaya's restaurant in Cherry Tree. All civil servants received a box of chocolates and a rose for Valentine's Day, said Secretary at the Governor's Office, Larissa Rouse. Former Commissioner in the Executive Council of Sint-Eustatius, Glenville Schmidt, takes to the airwaves Sunday, February 17th with a brand new call-in talk show program entitled Homeland Defense Live. As the name suggests, the program will focus heavily on constitutional affairs and government in general. Guests will be invited when possible, and the public will have the opportunity to call in and make a contribution. Schmidt, who was the Commissioner of Constitutional Affairs, has always been vocal about constitutional issues. He says the focus on this topic has everything to do with the process of evaluation of the island's current status of public entity, which is to be concluded by 2015. He feels the public of Statia must have a central role in the evaluation and hopes the process will be concluded with a referendum. It is important that the people have as much information as possible leading up to this referendum, and Homeland Defense Live wants to fill that need. Schmidt stated in a press release Thursday. He also stated his support for other efforts in this area, including the ongoing signature drive of Brighter Path Foundation for a referendum on the constitutional issue. Up next in regional news, CTO Aviation Task Force recommends single visa regime. Regional specialist says local educational climate encourages advancement. More on these regional topics and later international news after a short break.
Don't touch that dot. To advertise your business or promote events, contact us at CTC on 318-1627, 318-4664, or 318-4453. CT Creativity, where creativity stands out.
CTC News, sponsored by Utel NV, Kodo's Purchasing Services, and Duggins Shopping Center.
Welcome back. Tonight in regional news, the Caribbean Tourism Organization, CTO, Aviation Task Force, a highly focused committee established to facilitate air transportation into and throughout the Caribbean and to enhance airlift, has recommended a review of visa regimes in member countries in order to improve the visitor experience. The decision came out of a recent meeting of the CTO Aviation Task Force held in St. John's, Antigua, to review issues affecting intra-regional travel and make recommendations for increasing consumer demand. the group agreed that full clearance at the first port of entry was necessary to ensure an improved cross-regional experience by visitors. It was agreed that the sub-regional grouping, the Organization of Eastern Caribbean States, OECS, should be used as a model for such a single visa regime. The OECS is in the process of establishing a single economic space and is expected to implement full clearance at the first point of entry into the subgroup. In addition to a single visa regime, the task force is recommending a standardized entry and exit card, otherwise called immigration or ED card, across the Caribbean. This would help reduce airlines' costs and improve customer service at the Caribbean airports. Again, the OECS, which is expected to introduce the use of one common ED card, will be used as a model. The Antigua meeting was attended by senior representatives of air and seaport authorities, regional airlines, regulatory bodies, aviation consultants, policymakers, and tourism professionals from CTO member countries and the international community. Also in regional news, Regional Educational Advising Coordinator, REAC, Maria Mercedes Salmon, in a correspondence to the Education Media Unit, expressed the view that SINKIDS can benefit from the establishment of an Education USA Advising Center to assist persons interested in pursuing studies in the United States. Ms. Salmon, who recently visited the Federation to meet with key officials in the Ministry of Education, Human Resource Management Department, and Curriculum Development Unit, sought to explore the feasibility of establishing such a center locally. She held discussions with Assistant HR Manager Jamila Adams, Education Personnel Officer Blondell Franks, CDU Director Dr. Ava Boring, and Coordinator of the EMU, Maria Crawford. Education USA is an organization promoting U.S. higher education and international educational exchange by way of providing basic resources necessary to simplify the process of information gathering, applying to U.S.-based institutions, as well as completing the relevant steps in a timely manner. Minister of Education, the Honorable Nigel Carty, said that his government remains committed to seeking out avenues for the advancement of educational opportunities for the people of St. Kitts and Nevis. He added that his ministry has a trust in to increase tertiary level education opportunities, making it a natural step in the process. Minister Carty further stated that as such, he was pleased to have the Ministry of Education host Ms. Salmon on her brief visit in January. The Standard Advising Center maintains up-to-date library of reference materials, offers individual advising, provides information on financial aid, has relationships with local high school counselors and university administrators, as well as displays U.S. college and university provided materials. Ms. Salmon is responsible for standard compliance of centers in Mexico and Canada, Central America, and the Caribbean through the Bureau of Educational and Cultural Affairs Institute of International Education Office for Latin America of the U.S. Department of State. In international news, Walmart British Arms finds horse DNA in Bolognese sauce, Poles product. Walmart Stores Inc.'s British supermarket arm, Asda, said on Thursday it had discovered horse DNA in its beef Bolognese sauce and was withdrawing that product and 3 others from its stores. We have preliminary test results that suggest the presence of horse DNA in our 500-gram beef Bolognese sauce. As you expect, we have withdrawn this product from our shelves, Asda spokeswoman Jo Newbold said. Asda has about 550 shops across the UK. We are taking a belt and braces approach, so in addition, as a precaution, we are also withdrawing 3 other beef-braised products produced by the same supplier, she said. The 3 other products are beef broth soup, meat feast pasta sauce, and chili con carne soup. Asda said it does not have positive test results for horse DNA in those products. It said the products were made at the Irish food group Green Course plant in Bristol. Last month, Asda withdrew 4 burger products after they were found to contain trace levels of horse DNA. The burgers were supplied by Silvercrest, which has also sold Tesco and other grocers' beef burgers containing horse meat. Separately, on Thursday, Irish supplier Rangeland Foods said it was withdrawing its frozen burger products after discovering that some contained 5% to 30% horse meat. Rangeland supplies frozen burgers to restaurants, pubs, caterers, and fast food chain Supermax. The discovery of horse meat in products supposed to contain beef has rocked the food industry in Europe and Britain and triggered investigations into Irish and remaining suppliers that sell products to major supermarkets. Britain's Food Standard Agency, FSA, said on Thursday that 6 horses slaughtered in the UK that tested positive for the drug phenylbutazone were exported to France and may have entered the human food chain. The drug known as bute is a common anti-inflammatory painkiller for sporting horses, but it is banned from animals intended for eventual human consumption because of concerns that it poses a health risk to humans. And now, for your 3-day weather forecast, find out what the weather weekend will be like on Statia, Sabre, and St. Martin. Details after the break.
The shareholder and supervisory board of directors of the St. Eustatius Telephone Company, UTEL NV, are seeking a candidate for the position of managing director. The successful candidate will be responsible for the daily operation of the company while establishing a profitable and market-oriented organization which provides excellent client service. The managing director is responsible for the development, implementation, and monitoring of the overall business strategy, budgetary planning and control, monitoring of the overall strategic, financial, and operational performance of the company, monitoring of the overall performance of the company regarding quality, revenue, and profitability, monitoring of developments in the telecommunications market, and aligning business strategy with these developments. The realization of internal audits, remaining actively informed on the latest developments in regulatory matters and formulating corresponding action. Qualification: HBO bachelor degree or equivalent, at least 5 years experience in a similar management function, good communications and analytical skill, good leadership qualities and experience in human resource and personal matters, experience in telecommunications sector market, products and services, experience with revenue, assurance, regulatory issues, and ITU standards. Applicants must submit their application and curriculum vitae before February 28, 2013 in a sealed envelope to President or Secretary of the Supervisory Board of Directors, care of UTEL NV, Van Toningenweg, St. Eustatius.
CTC News, sponsored by UTEL NV, Kodo's Purchasing Services, and Dugging's Shopping Center.
And now for your 3-day weather forecast. We'll begin tonight on Statia and Sabre. Tonight, February 15th, partly cloudy with temperatures of 82 degrees Fahrenheit, 20% chances of rain with the winds east at 18 miles per hour. Tomorrow, Saturday, February 16th, partly cloudy with temperatures of 81 degrees Fahrenheit, 20% chances of rain with the winds east-southeast at 18 miles per hour. On Sunday, February 17th, partly cloudy with temperatures of 81 degrees Fahrenheit, 10% chances of rain with the winds east at 16 miles per hour. We now move to St. Martin. Tonight, Friday, February 15th, partly cloudy with temperatures of 82 degrees Fahrenheit, 10% chances of rain with the winds east-southeast at 12 miles per hour. Tomorrow, Saturday, February 16th, partly cloudy with temperatures of 82 degrees Fahrenheit, 10% chances of rain with the winds southeast at 14 miles per hour. On Sunday, February 17th, partly cloudy with temperatures of 82 degrees Fahrenheit, 10% chances of rain with the winds southeast at 11 miles per hour. That was it for your 3-day weather forecast for the islands of Statia, Sabre, and St. Martin. Thanks once again for tuning in. This has been another edition of CTC Live. Join us again on Monday as we bring you more current updates. We wish you all a safe weekend, and until next time, do have a good one.